So this is just an update of my channel. A lot is going on since the 19th, which was when I was booked per se. Had an altercation with the police. Um, so I had to withdraw from school, and which is a common thing, right? So this program is about basically they feel powerless and they need to have control over my life. Right? And this is thousands of people orchestrating this abuse. Right? When you don't have enough power to alter something or change something, then this is what they use. Right? This crowd control. So this is intelligence-driven community, intelligence-driven campaign. Um, and so, just a few words still reflecting on this whole piece and being booked. Um, Basically, now I have to do all of this stuff moving forward, and the whole year is botched, basically. So all of the plans for finishing out school, the necessary prerequisites, um, going through this campaign of stalking hasn't changed. They still keep the red vehicles around. I left, and let's just go back to that day, I guess the 19th, when I was booked. Leading up to that, I have multiple times on record that I've been to that police department in person. I've asked them over time and time and time again why they're not opening up an investigation. Um, Time and time again, I've had instances around literally at that parking lot, in that plaza, basically in the plaza, not the parking lot, but the plaza itself. I've had issues. Um, and the problem is I've had issues other places, but what they'll do is they're timing and patterning where it is that you go, and if it's convenient for you, that's the place that they're going to attack you. Okay, so if you're going to a place of convenience, this is where the subversion is going to happen. If you enjoy something, they're going to target that, right? So they feel that they don't have enough power, so they want to exercise enough power, right? And so because they feel powerless, they're going to abuse you, and then start attacking you at that area. And time again, as my records show, where I've spoken to that police department multiple times, asking them why they haven't opened up an investigation. People are touching me. They're not touching anybody else. All of these things, right? And anyways, leading to the incident where I was booked a couple days ago, um, I knew the officers weren't going to do anything because of the whole history that I've had with them. And so it was the problem too is when I went to a magistrate back in the fall for a different problem in a different department, that magistrate, that judge, I think it was Mackenzie, something I can't recall, but she told me to go make a police report. I got there and the police gave me nothing but deflection, gave me nothing but conspiracy in the color of law, did everything to make sure that I didn't report stalking to the second degree. Okay, I have that on video as well, which I've got so much stuff to do now, um, to navigate this year, on top of the taxes, because the subversion will occur, in the occupational setting. So you have taxes for different things, right? And so this is going to accumulate on how you file them, and the difficulty to do so. But that's something that I have to do. Um, the white SUV deal, they keep following me. Even when I left to go get my impounded vehicle, they were intercepting me, um, from every lift drive back and forth. So being harassed by the police when I was released, okay, not giving me my impoundment papers. Then I go to the impoundment place. They're harassing me about a signature, even though the signature is on the left and it says released by the police officer, the date, the time. She's being abusive at the impoundment center, right? saying that this little box has to be checked and circled or whatever. Then I have to go back, and the whole time I'm going back and forth, they're sapping my cell phone. They're taking my cell phone and cutting down, listening to what I'm saying, and then if you had 74%, they're sapping it down, and it's being sapped, it's being controlled because the battery life stays at 3% for over 2 hours. Grab your phone. Tell me the last time you've had only 3% being reduced in 2 hours. Brand new battery in 2022, I believe. 23, I changed the battery. The summer of 23, I changed the battery in this. Okay, brand new. So tell me the last time you had a cell phone battery retain 3% over 2 hours. So, I'm walking back and forth in Walgreens, and they're sapping it, making sure that the cell phone dies, and I have to walk around everywhere, around the city, to the CVS, to the Walgreens, yada, yada. Don't know where I'm at, have to stop by Ace Hardware, borrow one of the clerks' phones, and all this stuff. And the whole time they're sapping it, right? Abusing me further. And they have white SUVs intercepting me around the intersections and stuff. Just more abuse. Okay? So, I get back, and you're going to hear, I'm going to upload all this. I got a lot of stuff to do. I get back finally with an Uber to back to the department, and the police who finally gave me the slip, she's going back and forth with me. So there's just all this stuff. And then with school, I felt a little different. I thought it was just like the neurohormonal disconnect, the dysfunction that occurs with the taser. And it's true, but also I didn't know after my research, it does kind of jog the cortex pretty good, and study after study does indicate quantitatively that basically acute dementia or like transient brain fog does occur. And I tried to sit and study, and I felt different. I just felt different. I also had insomnia that night, and I didn't sleep. I tried to go to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. I literally stayed up until 7 in the morning. I think I tried to go to sleep around 4, and I couldn't do that. So, but I had some insomnia, and there's definitely some brain fog associated with that. I looked it up, and sure enough, there it is. So, I'm not capable of taking an exam and feeling confident. So, I have to withdraw, which means I lost $700 in school. On top of that, I have these white SUVs following me to school, and then using semantics like a white truck, right? That was on vlogs in my 80 series. I get to school, and I've had these instructors always trying to abuse me about my relationships. I've had like 5 or 6 relationships, romantic relationships. I haven't had one in over 10 years. Okay. And it all stopped. And now all of a sudden I'm always inundated with people wanting to use semantics about the numbers 5 and 6. The instructions say 3 drops, they want to use the number 6. I mean, the list goes on, right? I've got my phone always stays on the number 666. All of this stuff, all of these things, always trying to put me in 6th place, always using semantics, like just the room number 6. My lawsuit, when I was when I separated from one of the companies in my lawsuit, they deliberately like put me in a hotel room with the number 6 on it, and it just goes on and on and on, this number 6 deal. So, and then I have my classmates abusing me about bloodborne pathogens, and it's the only answer they want to use. And then I'm kicked out of, or I had to withdraw from my master's, right, in OBGYN. That was my 6th rotation. And so I'm in debt, $35,000. So it just keeps going on and on and on and on. And these police officers, which I don't get why this even happened, other than the fact that they didn't like that I was loud and frantic over the fact that I've got thousands of people who feel so powerless that they need to use terrorism. Okay. These people want to use terrorism. Okay. And so there's nothing civil. It's all it's barbaric. It's like war essentially. I don't understand why they would think that their laws or any law anywhere would apply to a campaign that is designed to terrorize somebody. It's beyond me. And the other thing too is this officer, when they took me down, they didn't say I was under arrest. They just immediately went in and then they mentioned it. So of course I'm gonna fucking push. So I don't know what that's all about, but that's on video. And then when I say get off me, they don't want to get off me. I don't know what to say about that. Get off me means get off me. It doesn't mean that I can't stand there. It just means get off me. So I don't know what that's about either. Why can't you just get off me when I tell you to get the hell off me? So there's a lot to talk about. But now, the whole year is pretty much botched. I've got a shit ton of stuff to do regarding the whole legal side. I've got a bunch of like bumps, bruises, and cuts and stuff all over my knees, the abdomen, and the entire thorax. You basically feel like you went to war. I woke up yesterday, and you feel like Thursday too. Is just like you feel like you went to war essentially. You've got you feel like your whole chest, like your whole thorax, is beaten and bruised, right? You breathe and you can feel like your external, internal intercostals, they're bruised. Your upper back is kind of like, because they were sitting on you, right? They were sitting on you essentially and laying on you. I mean, what you didn't see there was, you had the linebacker on you, this linebacker dude. And that's another thing too, is those guys were telling me to get down, but I was like 20 feet away from my vehicle. These guys literally, like linebackers, they grabbed me, all three of them, and then they were running with me like this, holding me up. And then they deliberately holding me up like this, and then running me backwards. So it wasn't like they were trying to take me down there. It was like they had a purpose to grab me and then run me 20 plus feet back. I wasn't anywhere near it. And that's going to show on their bounty cameras as well. So, I don't know what that's about either, because I've been replaying it and listening. Like, I'm kind of trying to understand still what's going on, other than the fact that they don't like that I'm responding to terrorism. And so I don't understand how I got all these white scratches all over and dents all over the right side. I understand the back side because either me or one of them hit it, the latch on the back. I guess it's the right corner, back right corner. It's a small dent, but like I don't understand where all of these big white scratches would come from. Big, not just scratches, but paint, almost like a paint job, like someone's door basically smacked it. Like they took someone's door and just like rubbed it across the fucking car. Right? I got pictures of it and I'll post that. But I just don't understand like where that came from, because the police officers don't wear that stuff. They don't wear white. So this is something that was deliberate either during or before. I don't know, but it wasn't there before. Now all of a sudden it's there. So that whole altercation, I don't fucking understand. And they've been contemplating how to abuse me and get to that point. So yeah, I don't understand that whole piece, but that's pretty much it. So I'm pretty disappointed that I've got to cancel school. I'm disappointed that now I have all these things to consider regarding, the whole work thing as well. I guess that kind of opens / closes some things. And it's always a problem. I've been looking at all my videos and all of the documentation that I have. And for the past 10 years, I've made complaints, even in internal affairs, back in like 2014, 2015, about police departments and the police officers abusing me. way back then. This is in other states. And this just continues. Everywhere I go, it's a problem. Every single place I go, it's a problem. And when I'm actually referencing certain laws, I know back in December, I'm referencing laws, or November. I'll have to look at my videos. I'm in the police department referencing laws. And I'm inside, I remember one afternoon, I think I have it in the 30 series, my vlogs. I said that I went downtown to figure out how to deal with one of these tenants. And it's like every tenant is a problem. Every tenant has a problem. Every little thing that I do, it's a problem. It's like society as a whole feels so powerless that I exist. They feel so powerless that they have to come in and weaponize people, and they have to weaponize the existence, basically, because they feel so powerless that my life would be something, I guess, that they don't want, or that I would just be living a life in satisfaction with power, I guess. Okay. So I've spoken to police departments. I've spoken to the people who arrested me many times, and they give me this runaround. They don't want to do anything. And then even when I spoke to the sergeant after they booked me in the department, he didn't even offer me a piece of paper. So this is all about covering things up. He didn't offer me a report sheet. He didn't offer me anything. I'm the one that called, right? And nothing reflects that I called and that I actually made a report yet. That's going to change Monday. The other thing is I went to another precinct in another city and I made a report. I have that on a vlog back in the, I think, teens. The teens or the 20s series. I made a report, and one day I went up there and I asked, hey, can I have that report? This was months later. I look at, he prints a copy out and gives it to me, and the report has nothing to do or has nothing regarding what I actually said. And he had reported on paper nothing that was relevant to what I said. So it's like you can't go and write your own, you can't go and talk to them. You have to go and write your own. And when you go to write your own report, they're going to argue with you. They're going to argue with you saying you can't do that. That's not reportable. It's just like they're trying to do everything they can to prevent you from having a voice. And they want to erase everything that you do, everything that you collect, and then put you in the wrong and paint you as this person at all times. So that's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with, this isn't just about like a little instance. This is about provoking and antagonizing. And then this is about a cohort and an organization, a society of saboteurs, okay, deceiving and depreciating my voice and my actions. And that's where we're at today. So let's see. Monday, I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff in town regarding the whole legal piece. Until then, we're going to start uploading snippets of this information and videos, additional vlogs on what happened on the 19th and the abuse and the harassment that continued on the 19th as I am released on bond. Bail.